You rock with your boy CzarR, all rights reserved. You already know how I rock. You know how we do it. Shout to the woman that drove by with her finger in her mouth, showing us how deep your boyfriend goes. Your finger did not even go halfway into your mouth. You were actually holding it behind your first set of crooked molars. Ugh. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. CommenterNation, Commenter Universe, stand up. You already know how I rock. Tomorrow I got way more coming out. I got some big info from sources that I'm just meditating on, trying to think about how to say it, how to deliver it, whether I believe it or not. So that's another case, but I do got some real information I now have coming in from the credible sources we know. Even though the source is acting kind of funny, I gotta go. Like, come on. Really? Come on. You think I know? Come on. Play it right. Do it right. You already know it is. Now, look. You guys knew I was going to talk about it, and there's something that I actually do. DomIsLive and DJ Academics. The same way that horn beat was the same way I reacted when I was like, whoa, media propaganda? Media. You guys are now going to say media propaganda like that's sensible. Like that makes any type of sense. Really? Media propaganda. So now you guys are fighting against media propaganda. Well, you know, that's really funny to me, because the last time I was talking about anything that had to do with propaganda, you two weren't even interested. Matter of fact, Dom, when we talked on the phone, you didn't care. Matter of fact, you tried to tell me to mention it a certain way. Really? Now you want to expose media propaganda, I guess. Now that's your mission. When you didn't care from the jump, when you were just like, oh, why don't you mention it how we're mentioning it? And I told you, nah, I'm going to do it my way. That's what you wanted to say. That's how you felt. That was your mentality. That's your mindset. When you know, ultimately, I'm different than you. I do things different. Always have, always will. I move different than these other guys. And now you're supposed to be a hero. Then you had a commenter hop on and say, is Dom's the realest in the YouTube? No, sir. No, don't do that. And Dom, you better not take credit for that. We already conversated. Let's be real. Who's the realest? Looking at this situation, the way media was revealed, when we pull up my channel and pull up your channel, I don't care how many views you got. Who's the realest? You better set these guys straight. I'm being nice to you in academics. When you guys mention X and stuff, see, I know more than you think I do. I know more. And from when we talk, see it like this. Every day I had 10 more new things I was getting sent to me. How much more do you think I actually know behind the scenes? Don't do that. Don't let these guys even hint you're the realest. Don't do that. Don't do that. Then I got random guys commenting, oh, you didn't do more than anyone else did. How didn't I do it? And it's one guy. I'm not going to exaggerate it. It's one guy. But I had to let you know. How do you figure that? When I was here talking about what's real, knowing what's actually going on, stuff that the news won't even release. Are you serious? Who's the realest? Who's the realest? Real. Yeah. That's why you guys would even mention that thing. And that's why I said what I said to you guys. But that's another story. Academics, it's just that I have video with X letting you know that you clout chase. Like, it's crazy. I was like, well, I ain't got to say nothing to him. You haven't released much media on that. And I do respect a lot of the other videos you came out with that weren't going at X. So I give a pass to that, because you actually are doing some useful things. But academics, understand where my shock factor comes in. And you have to co-sign this. When was Dom ever fighting against media propaganda? Academics, DJ Academics, keep it real. When was DomIsLive fighting against media propaganda? I have a whole series doing that. And you guys are going to let the credit come in. Oh, yeah, it was us. Accept the money, but give the credit to where it's due. Let's be real. Take your money. Stop being dumb and accepting the credit, because it's only going to get worse, because I know you don't know what I know right now. You don't even, matter of fact, you don't even have what I have now. I know you don't, because you would have been rushed it out. Oh, everybody, you would have rushed that out into the media if you had what I had. Seriously, come on. Let them know who's real for real and who ain't playing. Stop playing with me. Why do you guys always play around like this? Like, yeah, I'm the realest in the you. Like, stop. Oh, let's fight against media propaganda. You put that up in a video. I watched you put that up in a video. Let's fight against media propaganda. That's so interesting. You know what, Pitchfork? If you got something you want to say to them and do to them, I have nothing to say. I'm not. And that's what I'm saying. See, when I addressed them, I did it a certain way. Dom is saying he's warring against media propaganda. Let's band together and war against them. That is not a war that I say that you want to have. Yeah, I talked about a situation, but you're talking about warring against a magazine that's been around and has one of the strongest advanced publishing companies. Dom, are you even educated on Pitchfork's connections? And you want to war against them? No, I'm mentioning a certain subject and situation that they mentioned. I'm not having war against them who do reviews, who do this. I just mentioned something. You're trying to do war with them, you're going to lose that war. They were around since 1995. Some of the major artists were mentioned in their magazines, were part of everything they had coming out. Their publisher's a monster. Like, you don't want to do that war. I'm telling you, that is not a war you want, my friend. And now that you're mentioning it, like, come on, Dom. That wasn't smart. You mentioned it in your comments. Please erase that. Because I don't want Pitchfork. You got 4,000 something likes. Trust me, that's not going to matter with Pitchfork. Don't do that. If you're going to talk about them, talk about them. Talk about their video. Expose that. But just because, don't think because I took my shot with them that their response that they gave to me is going to be the same as you. Because you're a much larger entity. You're about your money. I don't think you want to do that, my friend. That is not something you want. Especially being with the things I know now. And the fact DJ Sonny was the one that gave it to him. Yeah, between Cleo doing the lawsuit thing, that's between them. But make your focus on DJ Sonny. Don't focus on Pitchfork. Don't copy the style. Now listen, you know I'm from the objective mindset that I rock with the whole DomIsLive, Czarr report. I learned from them. I'm telling you, don't try and fight the war away when you were never there to learn. You weren't with any of us in the hate room shooting in the gym. You weren't in the hate room shooting around. You weren't hanging out with us learning how things are done. You are not a master at the objective movement. And the way you did it, you can't do 5 minutes being objective. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. As you see, I put work in with this media. It's not going to work for you. We're two different characters. We move two different ways. Don't do that. They're not going to respect it. And they haven't seen you grinding with it. So it's not going to come out the same. Come on, you can't just put a little snippet out and pull everybody on your side and march down. No. See it this way. Even if you got 1,000 people, you can pull up with 1,000 dummies when someone has 100 loyal, focused, critical thinkers. It's going to be a different outcome. Don't do that. Because I know all about Pitchfork, their publishing, how their publishing company started, where it started from, what they started out doing, how it progressed. You don't know any of that. You're just speaking about how they released some video. Trust me, it's deeper than that. Don't do that. You don't want to be part of that, ultimately. And this is what was happening when I was thinking about what happened. It was a beeping going on, like, propaganda? What is he talking? Oh, he's trying to be objective, but he's trying to turn it to a way that spins. See, the reason I said you were objective, because at first, you were speaking about it. Then you mentioned the bad about it. You see, I have my objectivity to the fact X cannot be said guilty because he's deceased. He can't fight for himself. But at the same time, I see why they released it. You get that? I gave both sides. And then DJ Sonny, I didn't mention your name, but I am now because he mentioned it. And I get that. And people are all saying that you allegedly did this. So he can talk in detail about that, but don't go at Pitchfork like that. I gotta have their back like that because they made this one choice. It doesn't define their entire business. But at the same time, whoever released this needs to pay for that. Because whoever took her information, did she get paid for it? But allegedly, as I've heard, you were going to give her an interview, but she wanted paid for it. Is that true? That's something you can answer. I would like to know that part. But you denied it, so I'm not going to hold you accountable to that. That's what I allegedly heard. Whether that's true or not, let me know. But don't go at Pitchfork like that, like run at them like it's propaganda. Listen, because you should have did the same thing with Little Tay. You didn't. I did. You would have did the same thing to Vic Mensa. You didn't. I did. So I'm the only one with the right to even come out and mention that, because I came at everybody that said it. Vic Mensa deception, check it out. Lil Tay deception, check it out. I called everybody's deception. You're calling one company's deception and releasing audio when you should address everybody releasing things. That's why you're not objective. So understand the method. You're not moving with the method because you're worried about what these artists and this socialite and this company thinks of you. But it seems like you don't care what this company thinks. Out of everyone that care what they think, Pitchfork's the one that care what they think. You could have dodged the socialite. You could have dodged the rapper. You don't want to do that to Pitchfork. Pitchfork is a major media mogul company backed by very influential, smart, talented thinkers. I mean, very creative minds. Their art director, the person that creates the art in which they bring together, she's very skilled. Very skilled. Check her resume. I'm not going to give you the name. I'm not going to say it because it's not worth it. Check her resume. Advanced Publishing and Pitchforks. They have, see, that's why I was talking to Mr. Schreiber, because he's the CEO. The rest of their team's talented. I just think your editors and your writers aren't talented, but that's my opinion. They are not talented because they don't know which albums to review. If you're trying to push a Kim Kardashian review in October, you got some issues. Because there's so much more music coming out that needs recognized, and you guys can't even get on it. But that's just my opinion. Again, you could do better write-ups, better reviews on more relevant and credible music. But it seems like that may be allegedly controlled by their own personal influences. So I'm not going to hold you to that, but I will say I think it's kind of lame. But at the same time, DomIsLive, don't, come on. If you're going to lead an army, lead the army you have, but lead them in your media, not a war against the media that was going on, that was being spoken of. There's a certain mentality that should be taken. And that is not a company that you want to say is doing propaganda. Now, did they make a bad decision in releasing what they did? Yes. But I don't think it's a propaganda movement. You see, where the propaganda comes in, why don't you speak on how Florida News was running it like it was the fact? Why are news stations even running this? How about, okay, you're talking to TheCzarr now. Every news station in Florida, how about you release the updates on what's actually happening in Broward County? Why can't you release that? Oh, you can go around here talking about a rapper. Oh, he allegedly really did this. But you can't talk about what's happening in your own local departments that involve your own local police? That's the propaganda. Do you get me? Stop trying to, it makes me think you're propaganda. Saying that Pitchfork's propaganda. Stop doing that. Stop playing. They were a company that in my opinion, made a weird decision. But let's get at the news in Florida that tried to sideways talk it. Do you want me to drop your name? Harold, should I drop your name and then release the snippet that I have of you and what you said? No. Ooh. Should I drop what you released right after this artist was deceased? To show that you have motive to slander him. That you had motive, and what you said about this situation was very questionable as some credible media source. I have your entire write-up that was very eerie. I was like, do these guys dislike him? And I have a lot of commenters that can back that up. Matter of fact, they all had sent me a snippet of this at some point in time. And I let you guys slide. Like, see, y'all keep trying to pop up like saying stuff to get notoriety, but when I actually show what you think, you're going to have a lot of pissed off people in Florida. And I don't think you want to be a company in Florida with pissed off people in Florida when he has millions of fans. That is not good for you. That is not good. And after they see what you said, what do you think's going to happen? La-di-da-di-da. There's the writer. You're going to be targeted because this people are still feeling the chills from what has occurred. And then you said what you said so disrespectfully. Your writings are disrespectful as some type of credible news source. Get out of here. But I guess, Dom, you won't talk about that, will you? Come on, man. Come on. If we're going to do this right. Stay objective. Get everybody. Get everybody. Don't just hop up, oh, Pitchfork. No. Hop up on everybody. When Vic hopped on stage, disrespected his mom. You didn't say nothing for real. You could have mentioned it, but you didn't really come at Vic Mensa like you should have, or a little Tay like you should have. Accusing X of doing some very horrendous stuff. Like, how would he even do that? He invited you to a charity. Oh, I lied. Yeah, allegedly. That's what she was saying. Took down her stuff, tried to double back. I see how it works. But yeah, this is not a war. And if this is a war on that, let's be real. Dom, you're not the leader. You're not the leader. Because I can't, I'm sorry. You were too oblivious on this case without knowledge that I thought you should have had. You're not. Sorry. So let them know who the realest is. Commenter Universe, stand up. Let them know who the realest is. CommenterNation, stand up. Let them know who the realest is with it. Let them know. All rights reserved.